Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am fucking, I'm off my rocker today. I'm very angry. Too much shit is happening right now. Especially right now, I'm having a first world problem. And my fucking stand's broken. But guess what? You're hanging on by a fucking thread, bitch. You're hanging on by a fucking thread right now. You're hanging on by a fucking thread, and I'm very angry. So if you complain about my fucking video looking lopsided or something like that, fuck you, okay? But not only that, I'm angry about what's going on with what's happening overseas, because I do think that that's very detrimental, with, the Israel versus Palestine, conflict. I don't even find it to be a conflict. I find it to be a fucking false flag. I find it to be a fucking, fraudulent war, okay? Because there's so much shit that's going on that is being exposed, and people are waking the fuck up, okay? Some more than whatever, than others, but people are waking up. But I do want to talk about some important things that I've been seeing in the media that I really want to talk about and discuss. I don't know how it's gonna go, how this video is gonna go. I'm all over the place, and you already know how I am. You've been here long enough where sometimes my brain can be scatterbrained, and I'm kind of in that vibe right now. So I think the first thing I really want to get into is this person that I've been seeing on TikTok that has been causing a lot of ruckus, going to restaurants and claiming that people are misgendering him. And the person that we're going to be talking about today is Lilly Contino. I think that's the fucking bitch's name. Lilly Contino. And this person has been recording themselves going to restaurants, getting seated by waitresses, and have been potentially misgendered. But what I don't understand is how it's so funny how perfectly you place your phone up every single time you sit down and eat, and then every single time you get misgendered. It's okay, I wonder why. I mean, look at you. Just look at you. Does this person look like a woman to you? No, it doesn't. That person does not look like a woman. That person looks like a straight up man with fucking bad lipstick on and fucking jerry curls that honestly, just shave the fucking head off at this point. And I can't even say things like this on TikTok. I did make a short video on TikTok. But I really like to come on YouTube and actually give my full uncensored thoughts on this person. And I really think this person's gross. I think this person is a bitch, because how dare you go into restaurants, put people on blast, and then, you have this fucking, this fucking, what is it? This, oh, I'm such a martyr. I'm such a victim complex. They're misgendering me. It's well, bitch, look at you. Look at your fucking face. Look at how you present yourself. You don't give woman. You give man, okay? You give very man. And I do want to do a reaction to the video with you guys in depth and actually just go through it and look at this ugly ass bitch. It honestly makes me mad because, yeah, people like that deserve that kind of disrespect, because you are harming people's livelihoods, the restaurants. You know how people are nowadays. You are intentionally trying to ruin and put people on blast at these restaurants. You know exactly what you're doing, and that's why I'm very angry about this person, because, and people have been trying to get me to talk about this person for a while, but I haven't had the time to look. But I want to react to a video. This has over 500,000 likes, and a lot of people are not happy about this person's video, really.
Looks like he's having a nice feast. She heard. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. But it was not all good.
Can we just get into the voice, girl? You have a deeper voice than I do, and you expect someone to call you a her? A she? Are you kidding me? See, this is why I love talking on YouTube about things like this, because I'm about to really get in deep on this person, because you are a horrible person. You are a horrible person, a menace to society. I'm just letting you know right now.
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not certain. Yeah, it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
Go. Yes, you and your belly rolls. Just go. Get up.
Sweetwater stuff.
See, that's the thing. Like, we live in America where you can freely not go to a restaurant, you know? And you know something? I commend this person to just get the fuck up and leave. But what I do not appreciate is like you cannot force people to like, you know, respect your choice of pronouns when you look like a brick house. Like, I'm sorry, you look like a brick house. You give man, you don't give girl. I'm telling you right now, like, you need to stop. I am so sick of this because honestly, you are the reason why society hates gays. You are the reason why, and they lump us all with you freaks out there, okay? The freaks, I'm not talking about like the rational trans people. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the freaks out there who actually go out of their way to embarrass our whole entire community and try to like inject themselves into tea when you don't even want to put in the effort to look like the opposite sex. That's what pisses me off the most because like even with me, like I am a feminine gay man. They will lump me into that bullshit. It makes me so angry. It's like, no, we are totally two different motherfuckers. I'm not a narcissist trying to make someone like, perceive me as something that I'm not and call me and make them call me a pronoun that I'm not. I don't do that. You fucking do it because you're a fucking narcissist. That's what the fuck you are, bitch.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I apologize. It's always like a knife. It always hurts every single time.
You know what hurts me the most? What hurts me the most is this getup that you're wearing. What is this like 10-year-old getup that you're wearing with the pigtails, with the clear glasses, it's just you have your manner is so masculine. Like, despite with whatever you're wearing, it's not working. Cause it's not working. Like me, I can go into a store, right? And someone can accidentally misgender me actually. Because I don't like sometimes I can give man, sometimes I can give feminine, but I'm not a woman. You know, I just have a feminine energy towards me sometimes. And I can give off that vibe. You don't give off that, bitch. You give very man, like from A to Z man. And, you know, whatever you're wearing, it doesn't help. Because it brings out your masculine features even more. You don't have the look, sweetheart. You don't have it.
I wonder if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah,
A manager.
Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir, you know? Thank you.
How privileged do you have to be? You're such a privileged little fuck. And the thing is like, you had to go to the manager for that. You had to go to the manager for that. When I get misgendered sometimes, you know, about older lady or like, you know, whatever like that, and she calls me a she or like whatever like that, I don't get angry. I just keep it pushing. Like, why you have to go to a manager? Why you have to go to a manager? Like, you don't give women. I'm sorry to let you know. You don't give women, sweetheart. It's not working for you. You need to put in a little bit more effort. Actually, you need to like take all this stuff off actually and go back to looking like the person that you were born as, basically. Because honestly, you need a little bit more practice.
Can you call me sir? Hey, I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir. Called me sir. Oh. Yeah. It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir. Oh, sorry about that. Very good. Thank you.
I'm just so sick of narcissists. Like, I can't even watch this person no more. Like, how does this person have 300,000 followers? Like, they have to be hate watching this person because there's no way. How do people like watch egregious like people like that? Like, you really think that everyone has to take like your feelings in consideration with every fucking thing they do, like you do, or what you want? I'm sorry, like, you are the ultimate narcissist that needs to be rid out of this fucking society because you are only bringing down other rational trans people and also you're bringing down feminine gays. You look like a feminine gay that just wants to be called a she. That's what you're giving, and you're making me mad because you are the reason why people don't like the gays. You are the reason why. You are setting people back, and it makes me so angry in our society. With all the bullshit that's happening right now, This is the least thing that we should be worrying about is some fucking pronouns. That's how privileged you are, you motherfucker. That's how fucking privileged you are. You are worrying about someone misgendering you when thousands upon thousands of fucking children, women, and men are being bombed by some fucking terrorists called the IDF right now, okay? So it's just, I'm just so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of it. Because honestly, in my opinion, it's a fucking distraction from what, big elites can do to us. And, people are claiming, like, crying about pronouns and, like, wokeness and this and that. It's like, this is the least important shit to fucking worry about. Narcissists, be a narcissist all you want. But stop fucking trying to put people on blast, because people are just trying to fucking live and trying to keep their jobs. And, to be so self-absorbed and not see the inflation and stuff like that, and you're going to try to go to someone's manager over because your feelings is hurt because someone misgendered you? Bitch, they gendered you correctly. I can't. I hate this shit. I can't. Bury it. It's dead. Kill it. That's how I feel. Fucking asshole. Anyways. Okay, so the next topic that I want to get into is this supposed, like, mandatory thing that's going to happen. Like, in 2026, like, cars are going to get, like, kill switches in them. I am so done. Like, see, this is more important than that bullshit that we just talked about. The government is trying to put kill switches in people's cars under your nose, bitch. And you are worried about being misgendered. Like, clown world. Thomas Massey recently, like, put out a bill where he was basically trying to defund that and, like, not trying to, like, get the government to be able to, like, put kill switches in our cars by 2026. But guess what? This fucking bill did not pass. And these kill switches are definitely going to be inside of cars in, like, after 2026. And I find this to be worrisome. I find this to be very troublesome because we as Americans, we should be able to travel freely without being monitored and, watch wherever we go. Okay. Like, I think it's against, I would find it unconstitutional, in my opinion. I would find it to be un-American. Like, what we China now? Yeah, that's what you want to be. You want to be like China, right? You want to be like, just like the CCP. You would love to be just like China. And I know, like, you want to put that, like, that chip in our brains. You want to get social credit scores up our fucking assholes. I know, like, I understand, like, Joe Biden, like, I know what you did. And these fucking corrupt Democrats and the 19 Republicans that actually went with this bill, you are fucking horrible. And you are the reason why America is the way it is. And honestly, 90% of Congress should be fucking ousted. Like, I'm so sick of these bitches. I really am. Like, Thomas Massey is the only person that actually came forward and was trying to, like, defund this bill. And it's so sad that it didn't pass.
This is supposed to be implemented by 2026. And I don't know about you all, but I would like to know, when I put my family in the car and I'm taking a trip somewhere, the car is not going to disqualify me. I'll trust a court. Or and then 31 states already have, like, a breathalyzer technology that's already incorporated into their laws. Like, if you are a known offender, a DUI offender, they can force these to be installed in your car to make sure that you're qualified to drive, at least from a blood alcohol content qualified to drive. Not everybody is, but we don't need this federally. We don't need it automated. I think there's privacy concerns. In order for this technology to work, you actually need to know where the car is to know if the driver's doing a good job on that particular road. And so this kill switch amendment would just defund implementation of Section 24220.
Like, he has such a great point about, the government watching and, like, what if he goes out to travel, and what if he, like, wants to be out with his family, and what if a president, like, actually that is Democratic, that's elected Democrat, or maybe even a Republican, doesn't like what someone says about them online, You don't think that he can probably have the control to like kill off your fucking your car's engine? I just found it to be very squirrely. I do. I find it to be very squirrely. I find it to be very scary as well that the government would like to put kill switches in people's cars. And they're trying to like, you know, create this as like this is like a way to like, watch drivers' performances, whether you're drunk driving or reckless driving or something like that. But it's like, okay, but why does it have to be in like everyone's car? I would love it if it was like, I would probably get behind it if it was towards people who actually had DUIs in the past. You know what I mean? And look after them. I would think that would be cool, but like to be put in everyone's car, I think that it is a way to control us and to dictate what we can and cannot say in the future. I truly do. Like, look what's going on, like with the censorship. I've been censored on TikTok ever since I talked about the corrupt government of the of Netanyahu and the Israeli prime ministers, and even the corrupt Hamas like leaders and stuff like that. Like, I have been strongly shadow banned, and I wouldn't be surprised if they try to like take down my videos soon, which they have tried to. And you don't think that like someone that's in power that doesn't like what someone says, I don't care if they're Democrat and the president's Republican, or the president's Democrat and someone that they don't like that's Republican, having that power to control someone's access to their car, their transportation, their private property, I find it to be very troublesome. And I think that everyone should speak against this online, or call your congressman, do something like that. I do that. Yes, I do. I be calling my congressmen. I sure do. I be calling the peoples. I sure do. I don't got time. I don't have time. And I try my best to do something behind closed doors to get some of this stuff to be overturned. But guess what? I'm only one person. You have to do it. You have to be the one to want to do it. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. You do whatever the fuck you want. I'm here to tell you the truth about what's going on. But I find that to be very troublesome, and I think that it's really scary. I think they're gonna lead us to communism. We're already being being told to not go against like a foreign country right now, or like there's a hate speech law out there that'll take your rights away in 37 states, including my state here in Kentucky. I can't boycott Israel if I wanted to. I can't protest against a foreign country if I wanted to. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, I can't. The last thing I want to get into is this very sad story that has occurred with this man named F.L. Copeland. He is a mayor and also a pastor. He's a Baptist, and he recently was ousted, in front of everybody, basically, that he is a cross-dresser. And this man ultimately took his life, and, I'm not going to sit here and act like that, like, I'm not the type of person, you're probably going to hate me, I'm not the type of person, when someone commits, suicide, I'm not the kind of person to feel very sympathetic. I think that it's very selfish. I think that it's very, it's immoral, in my opinion, and especially if a person is quote-unquote conservative, and well, obviously he's not conservative if he's fucking, cross-dressing behind closed doors and not being himself, out and proudly, you know what I mean? I found it to be very selfish, but I do find it to be very gross that he was ousted and outed by conservative media, because you're not thinking about his family, maybe his kids, his loved ones and stuff like that can potentially see that shit. And yes, I know that like he put that stuff out on his own on Reddit and stuff like that. Oh, Reddit is so crazy. And he was like, portraying to be like this, Brittany Blair, like sexy, like, person online, and, in face value, he's like conservative man, like, like I love God, Christian, and he's really not that. I find it to be very sad that like, men are still looked down on, basically frowned upon to be who they are, because of probably how they're raised, or how they feel that the world will perceive them as, and having to put up this like front to you know, to other people and not live who they really are, you know. I'm not against like people like, you know, living their best fantasy. I'm not. I just don't like when it gets perverse and you start involving children. Which is something that I looked online about with this thing. Like he posted some like this grotesque meme of these local brothers and sisters that's in his like his state or whatever like that. And it was very weird. I can't see the meme at all for me to justify if he's being a pervert or not. And that's something that I've been over here trying to like figure out. Cause you know, like these social media platforms, like these you know, news platforms, they don't really give you the full story of what does that mean. But it says right here that Copeland's secret social media accounts also shared images of a local brother and sister that were used to make it appear as though the boy had transitioned. 1819 News claims that they removed the meme from their website to protect the child's privacy after their father contacted them. This outlet says that Copeland also shared transgender and heterosexual pornography with captions such as, "Do what you have to do to get effed, and once you've been mounted properly, there's no going back." He shared a meme of a local brother and sister. One of them is a minor with the caption, "Take shots, get implants, become the whore." He's obviously fucking sick in the brain. He's obviously fucking sick in the brain. And if he's posting memes about encouraging a teen to basically transition, I think he's a fucking gross and disgusting person. He is. Like, but apparently he went to the church and he apologized and everything like that, but days later, he committed suicide. It's like, what he did was fucking gross, but what the conservative media did was also fucking gross. Everyone's fucking gross in this matter. But if he's posting things about minors and stuff like that, encouraging them to transition, stuff like that, he's a gross individual, actually. And I would put him in the perverted atmosphere. I would put him in the perverted section of my brain. It's really gross. And, you know, I think what causes, like, these perverse people is, like, they're so, like, in the depths, in the dark. Like, you know, basically put in the fucking basement for such a long time that they start to explore in the darkness, probably be on the dark web, do all this kind of crazy shit, putting themselves on Reddit and thinking that no one can see the fucking recognizable fucking chipmunk face like he is. You know, they start to think that they can live in secret and actually get away with it. But they everything you do in the dark will soon come to the light. And that's why I feel like there should be communities where people encourage people to come out just so they can help them resolve these fetishes and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because I think that that's what needs to be done with these certain individuals that are on the DL. Especially if they are, you know, claiming to be priests and conservative and live a different life. I think that there needs to be a community in the church that actually welcomes them to come out, show us who you really are, just so we can help you with God's grace. I think that would be beautiful, you know, from a religious standpoint. If I was, in a congregation and stuff like that, that's what I would do. But it's frowned upon. And they, you know, push people away, and it leads to people, doing things in the dark, and it comes to light, and people find out, and ultimately, they take their own life. And that's the saddest thing, because, like, what about their family? What about his wife? What about his children, if he has any? What about all of that? No one in taking consideration of those people, exposing that. I feel like it's up to him to expose himself, just like Caitlyn Jenner did. Caitlyn Jenner was outed a long time ago, before, you know, transitioning to Caitlyn, and we all found out that Bruce was fucking going out cross-dressing in hotels and stuff like that, and even Kendall and Kylie saw it when they were babies, like, you know, when they was kids. So, you know, it just takes time for them to come out and do that kind of stuff. But I think in his case, he's not transgender. He's a cross-dresser. He has sexual, you know, a sexual demon inside him. Like they would say this, you know what I mean? And that's fine. Like if he wants to live that life, he should be able to live that life. He shouldn't have to live a double life. But, you know, it's sad. They only hurt their loved ones in the long run. I bet the wife is like humiliated, like fucking sad, depressed, like the kids, the loved ones, like going through it. Like, I just know. He's been living a lie this whole time. It's sad. It really is. But that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. I'm done. I can't deal anymore. I just can't. I appreciate you guys for sitting here and listening to me and understand my POV on certain topics and stuff like that. And yeah, hope you like this video. Don't forget to become a member if you want to. You know, I haven't really active with memberships, but I think people just love to support me. So like, if you just want to support me, I would I would graciously like be so appreciative of that. And I do shout outs and stuff like that. I ask them all the time, what kind of videos do you want? And they're like, oh, we just like whatever you post. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So anyways, I really wish more people would join that, because I want to do like a live and talk about different topics with you guys in like a private live, and then I do something separate for like the normies, the NPCs, you know what I mean? But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.